Google announced the foldable Pixel Fold and showed its design. In addition, it presented a passcase, an alternative to passwords and codes in SMS. Today, we will talk about who might be interested in how artificial intelligence can kill copying Tesla. We'll also talk about a new audio technology that can turn any surface into a touchpad and a programmable fabric that changes color and shape. SpaceX also shared incredible footage of the recent Falcon Heavy mission. All this and more right now. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak spoke harshly about Tesla's pursuit of self-driving in an interview. He said that people who want to explore artificial intelligence trying to kill you should buy a Tesla. The Apple co-founder first bought a Tesla model after Tesla CEO Elon Musk reprimanded him in an email correspondence for buying a gasoline car in 2013. Wozniak later bought an electric Chevy Bolt and said he would make it his everyday car, thereby replacing Tesla. However, Wozniak ended up buying a second Tesla model after Tesla released Autopilot 2.0, about which the engineer had spoken negatively for years. Now the Apple co-founder has begun criticizing Tesla's pursuit of self-driving during an interview with CNN, referring to Elon Musk's promises to make cars autonomous through future software updates. A hint emerged that Tesla cars on FSD are trying to kill people. Wozniak doesn't seem to be afraid of Tesla's hardcore litigation team, which has been frequently suing the company's former or current customers for defamation lately. Although Wozniak's remarks sound a bit harsh, the engineer is not wrong that there have been problems with Tesla's beta version of full autonomous driving that have led to accidents. Google has taken a step into the future by introducing a new, secure alternative to passcase technology, which allows users to authenticate using their smartphone instead of a password or code in two-step authentication. Passkeys is considered a more convenient alternative to passwords. The technology is being implemented by Google, Apple, Microsoft, and other technology companies that are members of the FIDO Alliance. The feature allows you to replace traditional passwords, two-factor authentication or SMS verification with a local PIN code or a device's own biometric authentication, such as a fingerprint or Face ID. This biometric data is not shared with Google or any other third party, and access keys exist only on users' devices. This provides security and protection because there is no password that could be stolen by a phishing attack. The new feature is available on iOS 16, Android 9, and newer devices. When logging in from a computer, a biometric verification request is sent to any compatible device associated with the owner's account. If the user loses the device, Google will allow access with the option to use a password from another device or authorize keys from all devices. In the near future, Google accounts will support existing login methods, along with passkeys, since not all people have a device that supports biometrics. But Google intends to encourage the transition and will closely monitor how users' login habits change. Researchers at the EPFL have developed a new machine learning algorithm that can decode the brain signals of mice and create images of what they see. While this may seem like something out of the realm of science fiction, it is actually a major breakthrough in the field of brain research. To train the algorithm, the team used a clip of a black and white movie from the 1960s. In the end, the algorithm was able to correctly identify the specific frames the mouse saw. While this is a very interesting development, it is important to note that the research is still in its early stages. The algorithm was used using two approaches: electronic probes injected into areas of the visual cortex, and optical probes for mice that were genetically modified so that brain neurons glowed green when information was transmitted. The data from these probes was used to train a machine learning algorithm, which was then able to output matching kinoclip frames that were a near-perfect match. The research was not limited to deciphering what the brain sees. The algorithm was also used to predict arm movement in primates and to reconstruct the position of rats as they freely run around the arena. After more than 2 years of speculation and rumors online, the first official information about the Pixel Fold smartphone has appeared. Google announced the date of the presentation of the device, added it to its online store, and showed a promotional teaser, which fully reveals the design of the future novelty. At the upcoming announcement, the tech giant revealed on its Twitter blog that it was expected to premiere on May 10th at a Google event. Specifications of the smartphone has not yet been announced, but we already know that the latest rumors about its appearance were true. The device will receive a body with rounded edges, a wide main camera module, and internal displays without notches and openings, but with wide frames. If the insider information is confirmed, the Google Pixel Fold will be equipped with an external 5.79-inch display with a resolution of 2092 by 1080 pixels and internal 7.69-inch with a resolution of 228 by 1840 pixels. For the performance of new items will be responsible processor, Tensor G2, in conjunction with 12 gigabytes of RAM. And the resolution of the phone's main camera and the super-wide camera will be 48 and 108 megapixels, respectively. The price of the smartphone, according to rumors, can reach the $1,700 mark. Researchers at the University of Michigan have developed an experimental technology called SoSense. It can become an alternative to the usual screens, buttons, or voice commands, turning almost any available surface into a touch panel for data input. The operating principle is based on the properties of acoustic waves that propagate across various surfaces, turning them into an input tool. The VPU voice recognition units used in bone conduction headphones are used for this purpose. Each such unit contains an acoustic sensor that is housed in a hermetically sealed chamber that blocks out all ambient noise. Placed on a flat surface, such as a desk, VPU sensors can pick up acoustic waves from taps or finger swipes. Even loud ambient sounds do not interfere with their operation, as long as the source of those sounds does not touch the surface. The algorithm itself is based on machine learning, running on a PC, is able to recognize the movement of fingers with an accuracy of 97%, interpreting the actions performed by the user. With the appropriate software setup, the system is theoretically capable of turning a couch armrest, TV remote control, and so on into an input tool. A possible date of commercial launch of the technology is not yet known. Scientists at the University of Waterloo have created a smart fabric that responds to both heat and electricity simultaneously. Such features will allow its use in a wide range of applications, from virtual reality devices, where clothes will be able to simulate contact with the environment, to car bumpers, which will return to their original shape after a collision. The fabric is made of polymer nanocomposite fibers derived from recycled plastic. It is able to change color and shape under the influence of temperature and electricity. The material required a special loom capable of combining polymer composites as well as stainless steel filaments. The smart material requires power, but not much. A low voltage of 5 volts is sufficient. This eliminates a safety hazard when worn, and the control device won't take up much space. Engineers at the Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems have never left the idea that jellyfish and octopuses are a treasure trove of innovative ideas in robotics. At one point, they came up with the idea of creating a jellyfish-like robot that would clean the ocean and coral reefs of debris around the clock. Such a robot has hydraulic actuators, powered by electricity, to serve as its means of locomotion. The muscles, surrounded by air cushions, and soft and hard components that stabilize the device and make it waterproof. A power unit periodically supplies electricity to the wires afterward, causing the actuators to contract and expand, allowing the robot to move gracefully through the water column and create swirls. Right now, the jellyfish robot needs a wire, but the team has already come up with modules for battery and wireless communication. Now, engineers are looking for solutions such as self-cleaning electrodes, dielectric coatings for stronger thermal welding, and the use of glue to prevent electrical failures. SpaceX shared details of the recent Falcon Heavy mission, as well as impressive footage of the rocket's fairing for reuse. The rocket took off Sunday night from the Kennedy Space Center site in Florida and delivered several payloads, including a Viasat-3 America broadband satellite with the first of 3 planned next-generation geostationary satellites built by Boeing for California-based Viasat. On Tuesday, SpaceX published an incredible video showing the return of a reusable rocket fairing to Earth, filmed from inside the very part of the spacecraft. The return of rocket parts from the Viasat-3 mission was the hottest and fastest in the company's history, the company said. The fairings entered the atmosphere at more than 15 times the speed of sound, leaving a long trail behind them. In addition, the mission was memorable for the length of time the fairings landed at 1,200 miles, or, according to SpaceX, a third of Africa. Recall that SpaceX is trying to catch fairings with giant nets on ships waiting in the ocean. After the rocket parts are lifted, the company repairs them and sends them on a new flight. Falcon Heavy has 3 Falcon 9 first-stage boosters, which can also land back on the ground and be used again. On Sunday, however, the range of the flight was significantly longer than previous flights, and so the boosters did not have enough fuel for the return trip, and they fell into the ocean. Two of the downed boosters had already flown several missions, one of which participated in the RadarSat-6A STP-2 mission, as well as 3 Starlink missions. The other has only been on the first 2 missions. The Falcon Heavy mission, completed Sunday, was the rocket's second flight this year, and the 6th since it was first launched. The next time it will take to the skies is June 23rd.